Hello and welcome, everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Before we jump in the action, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. All those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in supporting our community a little bit further, consider becoming a member here on our YouTube channel. Memberships start at just $2 a month, and you gain access to some cool emotes. If you're interested in joining any of our games, we do have open slots available. Those open slots are available inside of our Saturday early game, our Tuesday early game, our Tuesday evening game, and our Sunday early game. Wait. I actually think Sunday just got filled. Yeah, Sunday just got filled, so scratch that one. All of the other games have open slots, though, and they're really fun and unique campaigns, all vastly different from one another. So if you are interested in any of them, be sure to reach out and let me know. Go ahead and give us that recap, Lucian, because you rolled a natural 1. You might be muted.
I was muted, yes. Yeah, so last session we just came off of some downtime, and the session began. Bulkhead received a message or a summons to speak with his daughter, so he went to speak with her, and they kind of caught up a little bit. She's been out doing something that apparently where she was took a long time and kind of a toll on her. She had a tendency to, I guess, stare off into space here and there. And she was supposed to go undercover into some assignment, but there was some concern that she wasn't up for it, and her associate kind of thought like, well, why don't Bulkhead take over? And she didn't really want him to. He wanted to help her when he could, so they discussed the issues. There's some kind of cultists of an eldritch being, or not really a being, but like it's like an aspect of the universe that there's a cult dedicated to, and it's a being of let's see here. It's sort of an aspect of the law of destruction and the law of chaos at the same time. It just doesn't sound good. And there's a cult that is trying to uncover a prophecy that has 4 parts, and they apparently have the first part. So Bulkhead talked to the rest of us. We said, yeah, it sounds good. Lucian was intrigued because he had a run-in with Exium on Tundris. Apparently he was seen by it, and so we were talking to Bulkhead's daughter, Meliana, and she was talking about the cult and all their stuff. And Lucian, although usually a pretty secretive person with this kind of thing, felt it was better to bring it up now than have it found out later and be accused of being a cult member. But he's got like this association with Exium, and it's like sort of put its like symbol on him, like on his hand, that he didn't really tell anybody about, which might actually help us infiltrate into the cult. This was actually some of the things that Lucian was looking up during his downtime, but he's totally oblivious to people around him, so he didn't really see if anybody was noticing what he was looking up. Yeah, so Miliana agreed to send us on this mission. We're supposed to infiltrate the cult and find out what they know and how much of the prophecy they have. We went back to the library to see if anyone was noticing what Lucian was looking up before, because he was looking up something about Exium just because of his own issues. With all this talking of Exium, I guess Lucian had to make a con save, which he failed, but used his convergent future ability, which allows him to pass any attack roll or saving throw, but gives him a level of exhaustion. So now he is at disadvantage on all ability checks, which has not helped him notice if anyone saw him doing research. So he's totally oblivious, but some other people saw some weirdo kind of leave a note next to Lucian while he was researching. We followed the note. Just had it just had B202 on it, I believe, and that was like a reference to a section. So we went over there, and there was a book that was sort of pulled out, and we like grabbed that book, and that was the Exium and the Beyond book by John Q. Voyager. And so I believe the session ended where we were going to follow up on those leads.
So, you all went over to Portal Island, the location where you can step through and you exit technically outside of the Ibis ley lines, but you're just on the edge of it where all of the various spell jammers of every large renowned ship in the land resides. As you all step out there, I believe right now Lucian and Casimir are grouped together, Owen and correct?
Yep, I'm with Owen.
Bulkhead was with Lucian and Casimir as well.
Yeah, I'm just writing off the people that aren't here.
Okay.
They don't exist. Not in this timeline. Or they do, you know what I mean. They're just not, yeah. Anywho. Well, I would like Casimir and Lucian to pick a direction left and right and roll an investigation. See if you can't find the Voyager.
It's always right. Right is just right.
Well, if you're going right, I'll go left, and I'm going to look for the Voyager.
Alrighty, investigation.
Oh, man.
Let's go, Kaz. I don't get it.
Damn, it's 2 in a row.
Nat 1 for 18.
Which is still a really good check.
It is.
As you walk down your side, Casimir, looking all around the various different ships, you come to the conclusion that it's clearly not on the right-hand side. So, quickly teleporting back over to Lucian's side, Lucian seems to be coming to a similar conclusion. However, as he is, Casimir, you catch something on the wind. Fresh paint on one of the ships. And when you look over at it...
Maybe get another one in there.
Pretty even spread. Actually, that's pretty high.
When you look over at the ship, you look at, and it's labeled as the Odyssey, but when you put your hand against the paint and wipe a little bit, you start to reveal that there's a V in front of the O, and you come to the conclusion that this ship is kind of, you know, hiding its real name for reasons right now. Lucian, you don't know how you missed that. It's so obvious.
Oh, man, I'm fucking tired.
From what?
Just thinking and stuff, man.
I understand that thinking is very tiresome. It can really just stress you out and just entirely exhaust you.
Yeah, I'm off my game. I need to rest. But we can keep going.
As a scientist, I
Power
completely
through.
understand you right now.
Mm.
So,
Is his science genetic? Him being a scientist? I need to know for another game.
one way to find out. Anywho, one second.
Take your time.
Liara convinced him he is a scientist, so he could help her with stuff. And yeah, as you begin walking up the plank to the ship, you see this magical barrier that whoop, pushes you backwards, and then these words start to emanate and appear in front of you. I'm always in front of you, but you'll never reach me. What am I?
Can you put it in chat just for ease?
Yeah, sure.
The
Thank you.
future.
There we go.
Lucian says the future.
The words scramble around as if it's thinking, contemplating. Roll persuasion.
I have to persuade it. I'm. All right.
You are technically right.
Aren't we in the future now, though? Like, did we just reach the future now?
No, now it's the present. The future.
But
Can't
then
reach
it
the
was the
future.
future.
Yeah.
The same question is posed again. You have a feeling that this magic, like many things on the Abyss ley lines, are unique in nature. And
I was gonna say, is this all we had to do for the Celestial ones before? It's like they just spoke a lot of words and we just had to answer them, and we might have been able to take the rest of that stuff.
Kind of.
We should have probably done that then.
so, Lucian, insight check.
Stupid riddle doesn't even know when I told him the right answer.
Oh no!
I'm also rolling very badly. I'm rolling 2
You
dice and
are.
they're both shit.
Hey, there was a 9 in there.
Yeah, a 9. So that's 4 dice and not over a 10.
Yeah.
I want to speak to your manager.
Oh.
That's the right answer.
It scrambles around and goes, nuh-uh.
Are you gonna fuck around and get a 9th level Dispel Magic?
It rewrites bits you won't.
Are you really going to do this?
This appears to be sentient magic of some variety, Lucian.
Tell him you know the owner.
I know the owner of time. Yeah, it's gonna be riddles. It's my fucking job.
Aren't you like a god of knowledge? Shouldn't you know this?
Yeah, and I answered it, and I'm right.
It rewrites
Where's
and
it-
says, technically not.
Where's everybody else?
Walking around the docks very suspiciously.
I mean, there is a GIF and a fucking bugbear together who are giant individuals.
Yeah.
And everyone looks like Motley Crue.
I'm trying to remember, are they specifically trying not to be part of our group, or were they only doing that in the library to try to see if anyone was watching us?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
Yeah,
I don't rem-
we were letting Liara lead this, so this is not. What did he say?
Well, Owen and the two of you can start leading if you want.
Say again.
I just don't remember whether I'm not supposed to acknowledge them. I thought maybe they were like trying to remain secretive so they could
Secretive.
watch to
We're motley
see
crew.
like anybody was watching us. Because at some point we need to get back together and
I mean, we do. But Lucian, are you also just going to let this barrier embarrass you like that?
Okay. Okay. I have really good perception. Can I tell that they're struggling
Yeah, of
for
course.
my? Okay.
I'm arguing with like words in the air.
It's a clear magical barrier.
I'm just
You
going to
can't
find
see the
like
barrier, you just I'm like, this is so
Hey, you
too
golf
tired for
kid.
this.
Y'all need some help?
the
Yeah.
god of knowledge that is seemingly out of knowledge.
I'm the god of potions and business.
Look, we're looking for a party and some books to study. Can you help us out? If we help you out?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
totally.
All right.
So you see the same question posed again. I'm always in front of you, but you'll never reach me. What am I?
Have you tried the future yet?
Yeah, that's what I said. And
The
it
words
says
rewrite and go
that's not
dot
right.
dot.
Hmm. Well, I guess you will reach the future because it says you'll never reach me.
That's what I said.
You can't
It's
reach
like-
the future because when you get there, it's the present, not the future.
Tomorrow?
What if it's the past then?
The
Tomorrow's
barrier
always
goes
tomorrow.
down.
Wait, what?
Ah!
What was the answer?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
You can never reach tomorrow because there's always another tomorrow.
There's always a future too.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, but you can reach the future. See, right now I'm currently in my future of when I was just previously talking.
But it's not the future, it's the present.
Right now it's the present, but it is that future. You'll never reach tomorrow.
If tomorrow is Wednesday and then it's Wednesday, you've reached Wednesday.
It didn't ask you could reach Wednesday. It asked if you could reach tomorrow.
But today is yesterday's tomorrow.
Hey, you know what? It doesn't matter. The barrier's down. Now, where's my party and my books?
So
On this boat.
you all head onto the vessel, and as you get there, you hear a slow clap. Congratulations, Lucian and friends. You made it
Who's
here,
this?
finally. You look over at an individual. Listen, you still look like a fucking hippo, just with Motley Crue hair. You look over
Okay.
at this dwarven man, roughly about 4.5 feet tall, pretty short for a dwarf, but braided beard that's very thick and auburn colored. You see there's these earthy cracks tattooed into their arms and hands, and for most mages, he looks more physically formidable than, others. Yeah, you're the people that showed up with him, right?
I mean, I just helped him. He said there's a party here. Are we just like a little early? You got books?
So you're not his friends that showed up on the Ibis ley lines with him. You're not the same.
I am.
Can you that sentence?
He just squints at the two of you. I mean, like, they said he was hanging out with a, what's the name of your race again? Like, the actual name of it, Owen? Not Hippo.
GIF.
GIF.
Or GIF if you want to be an asshole.
No, GIF. Fuck that.
GIF.
He came here with a GIF a bugbear and a more humanoid-looking woman. And he just looks at the three of you standing there.
Oh, god damn it. And I just throw the wig on the ground.
That wasn't us.
Why are you being so cautious?
I don't know. She told me to do it. And her kid scares me.
He's weird.
I'm
All
just
right.
following these guys, trying to see what's going to happen.
All right. It's all right. Y'all are strange. Lucian, did you get our message?
Yes, that's what led me to the docks.
He slams his two fists together and then pulls them apart, and you see this very powerful barrier erupts back into place. It's at that point that you see the insignia written on his chest would outline that he is a very predominant archmage for the Autumn Resistus. The name's Darren. He walks over to you and sticks his hand out.
I'll shake his hand.
All right. He stuck his right hand out.
Okay. I'll
Your-
shake his hand with my right hand.
Which is the mage hand?
No, that's the hand I have.
Oh, he'll take the hand, shake it, and then very quickly, like, twist your arm to look at the palm. Beautiful. Well, first things first, I have to make sure none of you all are being scryed on. Please just stand there, and he puts his hands up in this strange rectangular pattern and starts looking across at each of you.
Oh, I
Y'all
can't
got
be, but
some.
okay.
Y'all got some serious magic. Nice.
Wait, I got magic?
On your things.
Hmm.
Nice, nice. So, let me ask, why'd you come here? Honestly.
Well, I'm following my research. I'm trying to get out from under this, whatever it is. It saw me in my travels, and I'm trying to figure out what it is and how to get rid of it.
Why would you want to get rid of it? It's a
'Cause I don't know
marvelous.
anything about it.
It's an incredible gift you've been given. It's
Well, whatever it is didn't ask my opinion. It just branded my hand, and that kind of shit is not cool.
because he knows you're worthy. Just come on downstairs. Come meet the others. We've been hoping that you would come by for the past, 2 months. But you apparently haven't gotten any of our napkins.
I read books, not napkins.
You're funny, man. All right, come on down. And he starts heading below deck. And, well, Owen, you would be able to appreciate exactly how regal and astounding the Spelljammer is. It is possibly one of the largest vessels you have ever encountered. By the looks of it, they have about 10 to 15 automatons actively working in it, being sentries, watching over it. You would imagine they would probably have another 20 crew or even more automatons to run it, all organically. Let me, make your introductions to the gang. He walks over towards this curtain and pulls it back where you see that there's this large, beautiful circular table that's embroidered with all various different symbols of magic for references and intricate things. As you pass through the barrier, you feel this strange sensation of magic lift over top of all of you and kind of like settle on your shoulders. This is Malazar. Gestures over towards an elven individual who currently has very lively, beautiful red hair and these leafy features to them that seem green and beautiful. Pleasure to meet you all. They lift out of their chair and walk over to you, Lucian, and shake your hand as well, looking at the symbol in awe. They move very agilely and gracefully with these strange cerulean eyes that look like they're constantly shifting and moving in front of you. I am, I've heard a great deal of things about you. The next person is the only other person who was standing before you came down here. A woman who has luminous silver hair and bright amber eyes. When she looks over at you, you can see that there's a level of intelligence on this woman's brow that would be formidable for most individuals. Solara, I am the current leader of all of us. Pleasure to meet you. She does not approach you in any manner. I'm Darren. I'm the protector. Making sure we always have whatever barriers we need and keeping, onlookers away. Yes, Darren, we all know exactly how prideful you are on all of your barriers. You look over at a wood elf who, seems to be much more lithful in their nature, with green eyes and a mane of chestnut-colored hair. Neria, pleasure.
Well, it's nice to meet you all.
Oh, we're not done.
Or?
Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. One individual who you almost didn't see, who seems very spry for their elderly age with their silvery hair and twinkling blue eyes. It seems like a matter of pride that they're not using a high chair in their gnomish stature. Thalnir! They raise their hand to gesture that they are, in fact, in the room. Then, seated besides them is a crimson-skinned and obsidian-horned tiefling with shadowy wings. Isolde. Pleasure. Almost there. Then a human who's sitting across from them. My name's Xander, of the Stormwinds. And then seated right next to Xander, holding his hand in utter bliss with dark auburn hair and blood-red eyes, is a half-elf. Kaylee, you can call me Kaylee. Hi. She just says and squeezes his hand much more tightly. After all of the introductions, Solara walks over towards you all. It is a pleasure to meet you. We are, well, hoping that you came here to join us.
Well, I'm interested, but I don't really know what you're all about, so I wouldn't say I'm here to join you.
And as for the rest of you?
I don't really go into things without knowing what I'm actually getting into first.
She'll look at the other two, waiting for your replies.
Well, I live in the ley lines, been told knowledge is power, and that everybody should have as much knowledge as possible. So I'm a little conflicted, but I'm always, I can be persuaded.
I mean, y'all seem like a really merry bunch of fellows, so why not? Let's give this a shot. See what you're all about.
I would like a deception check from each of you. Just aside from Lucian, because he did not lie whatsoever, just to avoid the potential threat that all of you impose on them.
Can I just willingly fail?
If you want to be fighting 8 archmages all at the same time, sure.
No, I don't want to be. I'll make the check.
If somebody can just cast silence, though, I can grapple
God
them, and then they're not
bless.
getting out.
Yes, if only one person could resolve one spell against 8 archmages.
Double cast.
Yeah, good
Double
luck.
cast silence.
Good luck. They all seem very hesitant and a bit more on guard now that they're interacting with all of you. Lucian, are you still attuned to that thing that stops people from knowing anything about you? Your amulet?
What, the amulet of non-detection?
Mhm.
Not currently.
Ooh, so they can actually read you. Well, I suppose a more proper introduction may hopefully sway you over to our point of view. We are the current generation of Voidweavers.
Current gen.
There's been multiple other generations before us.
And what happened to them? Did they just retire?
Unfortunately not. Our founding members who gained insights into knowledges were hunted down by Aseso's warriors. These horrendous individuals of quite reputable power, the Astral Sentinels. However, through generations and studies, reading various books and tomes, and gazing at the stars of many people, we've always had at least a few members of the Voidweavers active within the ley lines. Individuals who find out the truths of this, well, crisis we are currently inside of. You see, we are striving to usher in a new age. An age that will enlighten many of us more open-minded individuals and embrace the, well, change that is afoot. The inevitability that it is. We are attempting to ensure that if something happens to the universe, it will be inherited by those that are open-minded and willing to work and strive to preserve everything for everybody's sake.
Those two are. You just said two things are contradictory.
How so?
Embrace change, but strive to, like the last thing you just said.
Well, you embrace change when it is necessary and strive to preserve what is also necessary. Change is not always a great thing. I mean, technically, a genocide of an entire race is change. is that change more important than the preservation of those lives? No. So we strive to preserve what is necessary, but embrace all of the other changes.
Okay.
But thank you for your unique perspective and insight on it. We value everybody's ability to ponder and think. We encourage independent thought here.
That's good to hear.
Joey, did you say Sorosa or a say-so?
A say-so.
Okay.
Which everyone here other than and possibly Casimir, because I'm not sure how often Casimir actually listens, would know that she is the goddess of all creation, the goddess above all.
You met her.
Yeah, but I don't know how much you pay attention as a
Is she the
character.
AO
I know
of
the
this world?
player does, but like,
To be fair, that was 20 years ago for him.
Yeah.
But he still met her. She was
Yeah.
useless.
Or has no idea who that is and doesn't even care about the name.
Mhm. I would encourage you all to, well, at least listen to what we have to say. And as proof, as a fellow individual who understands your unique circumstance, she pulls back a glove on her right hand and reveals a similar symbol to yours, Lucian. I too have been granted this gift. At first I thought it was a curse. Now I know what it really is.
Okay. Still, I mean, you guys refer to it as gifts and whatnot, but I wasn't afforded any choice. It was put on me. I don't like that.
Well, I sympathize with that, I do. I came across this in a similar circumstance, I fear, where I did not wish to have these insights, but while gazing through the beyond and peering into the abyss, he seemed to have noticed something in me. Exium knew that I had an open mind. More open than, well, nearly anybody else's. And that I would listen to reason, not just hold on to the original hardships of previous generations and believe certain factoids that are, well, propaganded in order to favor a society that contradicts itself on the regular. The ley lines project themselves as a welcoming location to allow all information. However, on numerous occasions, they have gone out of their way to snuff out information and individual research and to hide that away. For fear, understandably so, but still to contradict themselves. I simply don't appreciate that. And in my research, it turns out that they seem to do this very often. And that is in favor of a say-so, a god. Where here gods do not hold dominion, and yet our leadership bends the knee to them, doing as they see fit. Now, I do not mean any disrespect to you, however, my research has proven that my analysis on gods should be somewhat reasonable based on you. You were once mortal, then you became a god, and then you found a way to step down from that stature because you knew that mortality was better suited towards people like us. People who want free will. Am I incorrect?
No, that's part of it.
Oh, well, if you would like to enlighten me as to what the other parts are. She gestures at the table, and you watch as more chairs appear in between several other members at the table. And they all rotate for you all to sit on. There's no reason to have everybody standing on guard. We have no intentions of harming or attacking any of you. We're here to have a conversation, that is all.
Well, I found considerably more oversight and limitation than I thought would accompany such a position, so...
And isn't that just infuriating?
Well, it's... I wanted to continue on the path I was on before I took that position, so I sort of did just that.
I, too, am on a path of knowledge. I want to embrace the universe and the things that are kept at bay. There are dangers in the beyond. I am a diviner. I know this better than nearly anybody. Yet I sit here and also know that there are useful things out there. Objects and artifacts of power that come from someplace else that we don't know. We don't understand what resides out there. From the lore books that I've been able to acquire across the ley lines, a say-so arrived here from the beyond and created this safe space for all of us. Perhaps she created other things out there. I mean, 2 of your companions have spent time going out there, and have you discovered objects? She looks at and Casimir.
I have not.
When you
Fine.
go.
You go.
I only found a compass that just pointed in a direction.
But you found something. That means there was something out there.
I mean, I did find a few things. Did find 2 things.
Yes.
One of them's really cool. You actually harvest light with it.
Ooh. And these things are supposedly unacceptable for us to research and try to gather. We just sit here and believe that we have to defend our universe from what is outside, instead of embracing what is in the beyond and discovering possibly another universe.
Okay, out of character, are they different planes because they're different universes, kind of?
No, all of this is tied into our one universe.
Okay.
Mhm.
Making sure. Well, there's different planes. There could be other universes, all I know, but gotta be careful about the darkness. You stare too long into it, it'll stare back at you.
And that's the funny thing. I stared too long, and she shows you the hand. And this is what I gained. I gained the Eye of Exium. I am able to peer into people so much more conclusively than I ever did before, adhering to limitations that were set upon us by divinity. Divinity that has lied to us on numerous occasions, that has hidden things away. Exium has never hidden anything, only wishing to reveal and be free.
Okay. Okay, I just love how he's like, yeah, the darkness did stare back at me. Look what it gave me. Just like, dude, that's not a good thing.
I mean, based off of description, that seems like a good thing, right? Description-wise.
Man, ah!
Hey, that's out of character knowledge.
I know. In character, he knows, like, he's like, yeah, you guys are fucked up, but he's trying his best to be like, not show it or, try not to be hostile. This is not the time to be hostile.
So are all of you going to sit down?
I'll sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll sit. Do you mind if I grab a drink from my bag? Don't
Oh.
want to reach in and then you'll freak out.
Please. We're all being friendly and civil here. And despite how some people feel, we all are knowledgeable that vampires are actually incredibly well-mannered individuals with a grand amount of honor.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course.
He will sit and he will rummage in his bag just to take out something to drink.
Hmm.
But also he's going to leave one hand just resting in it and just keep the lid of the book that reads thoughts of nearby creatures just slightly open a bit so that can...
It would have to be
Take
in this
some notes.
plane to do that.
He doesn't have a bag of holding.
Oh, shit, you have a normal-ass bag. Let's go!
Yeah, he's just got a
Adventurer's
bag.
pack!
I've got a normal bag. Have you seen my stuff? Well, actually, I do have a bag of holding. Never mind.
All right, so I would like everybody to pick in between which two members are you seating. And Kaz were the first ones to accept. So who are you seated between?
Me and Owen.
And
we seated
Kaz were
between?
the first two. So who are you sitting in between? The chairs that appeared are in between the members of the Voidweavers.
I'll sit next to the Isolde.
Who?
Isolde.
So, and are you sitting between Thalnir and Isolde or Isolde
yeah.
and Xander? Okay.
Only an Isolde. I didn't know the order you introduced is how they're sitting next.
That
to
is
each
how
other.
they are seated, yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Casimir?
Who's the main one that's talking? Solara?
Solara, yes.
He's a leader.
She is.
Can you give me the quick descriptions of Melisar and Nira again? So I know which side to sit.
Melisar is the Eladrin, who looks graceful and agile. And who was the other one you asked about?
Nira. I want to know...
Nyria
who
is
seems
the
like
agile wood elf.
Oh god, okay. I was going to say who looks like they'd be less perceptive, but both of those choices don't seem great. I'll sit between Melisar and Solara.
All right. And Melisar...
Doesn't count.
Okay, there you go. And she'll welcome you to sit there. Owen, Lucian?
Are they sitting in a circle?
Yes.
Like, since Solara is the one doing all the talking, I'll try to sit across from her. I don't know who that would put me between.
That would put you between Darren and Thalnir.
All right, that's where I'll sit.
Owen? Your last options are Solara and Nyria and Darren, Xander and Isolde, or Xander and Kaylee. Actually, no, you can't sit between Xander and Kaylee. Those two are holding hands. So that'd be Kaylee and Melisar.
Yes. I'm gonna go Solaran and Nyria.
Solara and Neria. Okay. And you all sit down, and she seems very pleased and twists her hands in very open gestures of magic, where you see these mage hands start coming out from the sides and start gathering various bottles of wine and glasses and just letting them hover around the table. Please take your pick, whichever ones you would like to enjoy. They're all fresh, all corked, never opened, and the wine's gesture to show that the cork isn't leaking at all, and then back into place. And each one at least 20 years vintage.
Any of them blood? Because I feel like the answer is no.
Unfortunately, I do not have any blood wines at my disposal. However, we do have, well, a very unique blood at our disposal. Isolde looks over at you. I have a friend who's a vampire, and, well, she makes these vodka tonics that supposedly are just divine. She imbues various blood of individuals into the vodka itself.
You have my interest. I'll try some.
She'll
If
reach.
you have some.
She'll reach into her bag, and you can tell that her large wing is kind of like in the way as it like has to shoot up over her and then back down. And then she'll pull out a bottle of this pink-looking vodka and hands it over to you.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
And she'll hold out a shot glass as well because she wants to try it.
Oh, sure. You'll pour her one.
Yeah, feral tiefling. They'll drink blood.
Yeah. Enjoy.
Yeah. And, nope. Ooh. I'm not too familiar with different types of blood. Can you tell which one it is? Roll me a nature check, Casimir.
Okay.
You've tasted a lot of different bloods.
Yeah, that roll doesn't surprise me. That's a 25 on the nature.
So, tasting this tastes elder, very elder, but also slightly fey in nature. Your best estimate is at least 1,000-year-old creature in particular, and possibly elven. It would be towards the more earthy side, so wood elf.
Feels slightly fair in nature, but it's old. Potentially older than all of us here. About 1,000 years or so, the wood elf. Apologies to the other wood elves in here. It's pleasant. The vintage is quite nice. It's quite fitting.
Yes, it tastes very good. And she'll take another shot as everyone else around the table is just like, huh, okay, the two of them are drinking blood vodka. And then whatever style of wine you have a preference towards, it is lingered with the various mage hands that swirl around.
I'll just have water.
Water. Very well. If that is what pleases you. Water.
Never trust someone that drinks only water.
Have you seen this body? You think I got this by drinking alcohol?
That explains why you're so weak, yes.
The table does erupt in laughter at that. Everyone's just enjoying the little quips. And notably, Casimir,
you and your delusions.
noticeably, Casimir and this has been like the one time you've been surrounded by archmages here that you don't sense them like actively judging you or considering you stupid or anything like that. Now, you're not stupid. It's just you're not knowledgeable. That's your issue.
Ignorant?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Now, is Casimir dumb?
Casimir's very knowledgeable.
I'm a scientist.
But anyways.
We're knowledgeable on the art, the body. How about that? We know more about the body than they do.
Oh, absolutely.
That's knowledge.
But nobody in this room seems to be, like, judging you guys for that. They, on the contrary, actually seem to be warm and welcoming, which is different. Out of passing curiosity, could the two of you give me, charisma saves?
I have -2 to that. Come on.
Ooh, 19's not bad. Not a success, but not bad.
I
That's
rolled
about
today.
the most. That's the best I'm gonna do.
Casimir and the two of you are starting to feel welcome in by this organization. You're starting to feel like you find a place that you belong. You feel warm and more accepting of their goals. It's like they're a cult that manipulates people into joining them.
Well,
Guys aren't all too bad. Casimir, why do you think it's
What?
weird?
What?
Have you ever felt this since we've gotten here in the ley lines?
What? Do you mean the lack of judgmental stealth?
Yes.
You kind of get used to it. To be fair, I get that in most places, not even just here. But
You, I can understand that. Yeah, I'm not all that dumb. Yeah, everyone was looking down. These guys are actually kind of chill.
it feels comfortable. It's a good setting, at least. Look, we're trying to learn about each other, see if everything's right. We're on the same page. So, why not share some drinks? It's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Breaks the ice. Not sipping on water.
Water is technically ice in a different form that you'd say was broken.
Well,
Already broken the ice.
and this conversation is happening across multiple people from how you're positioned and seated. And they're just letting it happen. They're allowing you to just converse.
Hey, we're giving it compliments.
Yeah, absolutely. Well.
Also 6 in charisma. This would be something I would do, but like, you're speaking too loudly. Like, what?
Yeah, cults
Oh, damn.
always recruit people that are susceptible to, being treated right. Anyways. During this entire conversation, Solara looks over at you, Lucian, and Owen. By the looks of it, the two of you might have questions for me, or any of us, really. We're open books, quite literally. Feel free, ask whatever you would like.
I'm just trying to figure out, you're speaking in broad terms of, how you just want to do what's best for everybody. I'm not really hearing any specifics. I don't really know if you have any specifics. This entity from beyond just seems like it's just telling people what they want to hear. I'm not really getting anything to make me think that it's anything other than nefarious and untrustworthy.
Roll me
I don't know anything.
Roll me persuasion, Lucian.
I'm going to use my recap advantage so I'm not at disadvantage.
Straight roll. Let's go.
Oh, man.
This entire
Alright.
group has one weakness, and that is charisma. I love it.
Yeah,
We don't have
used to
any-
have a paladin for that.
I'm
Or
going to
warlock.
use luck to re-roll
sorry.
that. Damn it. It's like my
We don't have a
third
bard.
one today.
Yeah, there was a paladin, but his dad came over to take over his job.
Look how that's been so far.
She nods. Well, unfortunately, I believe it's going to be very difficult for me to express to you exactly how I feel and how things have been going for me ever since I've embraced, well, my gift. You see, I imagine you are familiar with a say-so, correct?
Somewhat.
And have you been given the opportunity to speak with this entity?
I don't recall if we actually did speak with her at the end of the campaign or her
That was
emissaries.
That was her. She came down. and
Okay. All right.
She gave
I
you
wasn't
the
sure.
ultimatum.
I couldn't remember if she specifically did it or it was like someone that was representing her.
It was her
Okay.
ultimatum.
I did have one opportunity to speak with her.
Would you like to describe that?
Yeah, well, it was after a large battle. We had defeated the godlike individual on Zodiac who was causing all the trouble, as it were, and she gave us the opportunity to try and do better.
The opportunity to try to do better?
Yeah, it was either that or she was gonna have to, as I recall, start over with the realm or something.
Everybody at the table kind of gives a long, exaggerated sigh at that. Yep. She does seem to do that, doesn't she? An ultimatum. Do her bidding or else. Just projected in a different light. Now, tell me, why do you think something, godly, divine, law-imbued, otherwise, however you wish to look at them, why would they act like that? Is there a good reason?
Well,
Do you think your home deserved that?
not especially, which is why I and my friends accepted the opportunity to I wouldn't say rule, but set up other rules to keep things in line, which seemed to do what we set out to do.
At that point, you hear Thalnir kind of under his breath, whoever's sitting next to him, kind of say, yeah, for like 20 years.
Do you have any idea of what information she has had destroyed?
Well, roll me deception check, Owen, because I know you're fishing for something specific.
I'm not fishing for something specific, but I am fishing.
Yeah.
Oof.
Ooh. She lingers her eyes on you, and why, yes, there's been.
Hold on a second.
Oh,
Honk.
thank
gonna
you,
use-
Goose.
Yes, thank you, Goose.
Thank you, Goose. Oh yeah, I might have inspiration still, don't I? I still have 4.
21.
Oh,
Nah,
I don't
God.
know why it's not
You
disadvantage
used all
for it.
those.
Hey, if they're there, I update when I do it, because usually it's when we roll initiative.
I got 21.
Okay.
We haven't rolled initiative since I've joined the campaign.
Oh shit! Sorry. You joined at the end of that fight. That's right.
Yeah.
Shit. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Oh, I've been enjoying myself, so I didn't mention it until you mentioned roll initiative.
Yeah, that's why I still have 4, because we haven't rolled initiative. Anyways. Well, as I am a believer in transparency, long ago, amidst the mystical currents of the Ibis ley lines, our society emerged as a group of daring diviners and scholars who were drawn to the secrets of the beyond. We had founding members: Erison, Soluvia, Mirion, and Valindor, all of which were renowned for their unparalleled abilities to peer into the beyond without being influenced negatively.
Really?
Yes. The abyssal depths that they were able to cover in their minds were unparalleled. They were uncovering ancient and, well, what would turn out to be forbidden knowledge that had been concealed deliberately from mortal eyes. You know, the reason us diviners read the stars is because that is where things are hidden. That is where,
Yeah, but that's like a load of bullshit too, but continue.
for most of us, it is. You are correct. It was during one of their transcendent journeys into the hidden recesses that they first glimpsed a prophecy of Exium's return, etched into the very fabric of the ley lines, as it has been proclaimed to us. Which, by the way, let me copy down the names of the original members for you guys. Boop, boop. There you go. Realizing the prophecy's potential, they embarked on a perilous path to fulfill it. However, their newfound ambitions did not go unnoticed. Aseso's faithfuls, a group of devoted guardians sworn to protect, well, her goals and wantings, caught wind of their endeavors and embarked on a relentless pursuit to hunt down our group. In a desperate bid to safeguard this knowledge, the leader back then, my predecessor, Arinson, hid this knowledge, concealing it in 4 various verses, intricately and, well, ever-changing patterns across different locations. Known only to those members of our group, this information was lost until I started seeing the truth. I was chosen to see the truth. The information about this prophecy was hidden away because of her wantings, her dealings. It had nothing to do with us. And from what I've been told in little glimpses of information we've been able to uncover over the centuries, this prophecy was outlining a new beginning, a transition, a change that would overcome our current strifes and problems across the universe, and could be guided through only by those that brought its truth to light.
So what you're saying is, if the prophecy becomes fulfilled, everything that we know is no longer going to be around.
No, of course not. It's going to change, transition. Think about it. Over the last 1,000, 2,000 years, what has changed in our universe? Most magics have become lost. Our powers have been thwarted and stunted by the Pantheon. We've not been given our opportunity to grow. More secrets have emerged, always being snuffed and hidden away. They have stopped us from progressing.
Why do you have the barrier up?
Because even speaking these words here in the ley lines paint a target on our heads. We would not be given a trial to speak. We would be quieted, snuffed. And I believe you all are more reasonable individuals than to act with such malice and ill content without a reason.
So you have it up for your protection.
Of course.
Don't you think maybe she's hiding this stuff for our protection?
What makes you think that she works to protect us instead of protecting her
created us.
ideals? And you just heard what she threatened of Lucian's world. An ultimatum?
And
Come
you're
now.
you're causing change to people who don't want change.
Who don't think change is an option.
Well, most people know change is an option and don't want to change.
Well, that is not the way of things, unfortunately. Change is inevitable. It can be thwarted and tried to be stopped by the goddess of creation, but it will come. Now, do you not think that change should happen? Look at your companion. She gestures over to Bulkhead. 1,000 years ago, possibly longer, I'm not quite sure your age, a Warforged gained full autonomous sentience. And the research notes were destroyed, so it couldn't happen again. And yet, he still gets treated not as a person, but as a machine. People are afraid of change here. People are content with how things are. Why not embrace it? Especially since what we see, it is meant to be. It is meant to happen.
How do you know the change is going to be good?
I don't. I know that change will be change.
So you're willing to risk everything for a chance?
A chance to
Well,
no
I mean
longer be under the
everything.
thumb of an oppressive tyrant of a god? To,
Who says your next oppressor isn't?
but there's a chance. That's what we want.
That's a hell of a gamble.
Take the
And
evil you know instead of the one that you don't.
And Joey, out of character, because I was going to ask this if Bulkhead when Bulkhead got here, but I'll ask it now anyways. So, does Bulkhead have any rights on the ley lines?
Technically, no.
Okay.
Technically, he is given respect by certain individuals, but the treatment through the roleplay session we had with him last session, that's very common.
Well, I
People
wasn't sure
don't
if it
view
was
him
like,
as a person, they view him as a unit.
Yeah, well, I didn't know if they viewed him as like, I don't know if it was like racism style or if it was like the very first robot when we in real life created. It's like, yeah, I'm not liking this type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I wanted to make sure.
Yeah,
I
sure.
understood properly. Okay.
No problem.
What was I gonna say?
And there has been nothing that gives us proof that Exium is this tyrant like it's been told to us. The only individual that... Well, sorry, I misspoke. The only 3 individuals that have ever had direct conversation or interactions or preservation of knowledge of its time here are Aceso, the child of Exium that was killed, and the god of time. And none of them speak up. None of them tell us anything. They all hide it away, squirreling it away in order to make us believe their narrative is true.
Maybe Exium was just that bad.
And maybe someone is afraid of losing their power over us, no longer having us be their playthings to decide if your realm is able to be worth saving or preserving or, well, forcing people to do their bidding on their behalf. She looks over at you now, Lucian. Lucian, I would also like a charisma save from you.
Charisma save.
You are resistant to charm as an elf.
Good. So then that's a normal roll.
No, you only have 1 level of exhaustion. That's only ability checks, not saving throws.
Oh yeah, this is a saving throw. All right, so I have advantage. Nice.
You do, yeah.
Charisma save. 11.
You start to develop a more sour taste in your mouth surrounding Aceso.
I'm gonna use a reroll. I'm gonna use my chrono shift. Use my reaction to reroll.
Yeah, just 2.
Jesus.
Damn it! Still with the 11. Jeez.
Yeah. So you start to get a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth surrounding Aceso. You're not as easily swayed or convinced as others. But you have had direct interactions with her, and your memory flashes back over towards Tundris, where you discovered, well, information surrounding her and how she does things that made you already suspicious, but now those suspicions are beginning to grow. You don't feel particularly more aligned to this individual, but you are feeling more distrusting of Aceso in particular.
All right.
And as I stated, I've gained insights that others have not. I've learned knowledge and information that we need Exium.
Yeah, but you're getting it through divination magic, and that's already been proven. I just point, wave my hand down my chest and belly that it's wrong.
Would you say all artificers are of the same make, craft, and quality for all of their inventions?
No, but it was more than one divination person that said that was wrong.
And did you ever get somebody who's actually good at it, or somebody who just chose the school because they didn't know what else to major in?
Fuck off, Idaho.
There is a vast difference between those of us that understand, can peer through without going insane, and strive to know everything we can, and then the others that like to sit in the grassy fields and imagine what it would be like, man, while smoking their reefer joints, and everyone starts laughing, including Casimir and
Do we have any of those though? Hey, I got coke here. Like,
Yeah, he's
I
got
could
real
make
drugs.
this a bit more of a fun of a party.
Thalnir will offer you a trade.
Here's a dose.
The
Take
gnome.
the edge off.
Yeah, and he'll throw you a joint. Just
I'll partake. I'm enjoying this. More shots.
yes, and you keep drinking with the tiefling.
Yeah.
But who's to say that you are better than the people I have encountered? And that what you're seeing is actually the truth and not just a lie. Like you're trying to sell me on this, and it's just
On the
not
contrary,
going well.
I'm not trying to sell you on anything. I'm trying to answer the questions as best as I can, and I'm trying to allow you to have the information and insights that I have and my beliefs, as I'm trying to take yours into consideration at the same time.
My life's pretty good, and you want to change it.
I don't want to change your life. That's thinking too small. I want to change the way things are.
Which will change my life.
Do you know how many impoverished individuals there are across the realms? How many young people have to wake up and die in wars constantly? How many people are born into territories where they are just prey to be eaten before they fully mature? There's issues with this realm. And
There's always issues, but
You think those issues are going to be solved with the change? Hell, it could be worse.
that's
You'll be
self-determination. And all I'm hearing is that say so is bad, not Exium is good.
And I'm not claiming that Exium is. I will not do such a thing. I have heard whispers only. I have not been able to meet them face to face yet. I will only outline my goal. I tire of looking at the stars and seeing death around every corner where it's just unnecessary. Suffering where it's unwarranted. Mass murder for the sake of a pantheon. She looks again over at you, Lucian. You said it yourself. Annihilation or servitude. All of those people of your realm. There is no good inside of that goddess. We are playthings to her. And I, for one, would at least be inquisitive into how to get out of the puppeteer's grip. Would you not agree? Who nods their head yes?
Understand what you're saying. I'm just don't.
Yeah.
It sounds like you have a problem with free will and self-determination, not a say-so, because you're upset that there's unfairness.
Yeah, exactly. Are you doing anything to help these poor and starving children? Or are you just sitting in here in this little fucking fancy-ass, comfy little boat, smoking your joints and fucking reading goddamn bullshit books all day?
A couple of the people seem to be getting very aggravated towards you, Owen, while the others are kind of more understanding. In particular, Malisar, Darren, and Isolde all seem to be becoming more irate with you, but
Ah, fuck off with y'all. I ain't worried about y'all.
Solara just smiles. Can we please keep civility, Owen? Please.
Why? We might not have civility tomorrow if this fucking prophecy goes through.
I thought you were far more intelligent and insightful than you are displaying right now. It's disappointing.
Yeah, you got the wrong information. Hence why I don't think you know what the fuck you're talking about. And then Owen's gonna get up and go to the barrier. Somebody take down this fucking wall so I can get out of here.
Darren. And you had to go upstairs, so away from everybody else.
Yeah.
Darren, escort him, please. And to answer that question, I have done a great deal, many things trying to help people. I've spent well over 600 years of my life divining on the poor and downtrodden and attempting to find ways to change their destinies to help them.
Oh, what, 5 copper a day and you can save the starving village? Yeah, whatever. Get me out of here.
Some people are just more selfish than others. So, she'll continue with everybody else in the room. I'm sorry if I said something upsetting to your friend.
Well, it's as you said, you're not trying to convince him, so he's unconvinced. I find a lack of information is the issue.
Well, would you be interested in finding more information?
That's why I came to the ley lines. I thought that there was information here to be had, but apparently even here there's stuff people don't want you to know.
Well then, how about a proposal? My group and your group. We go out and seek the prophecy together. That way, we will have the information.
Did they provide, did the previous leaders provide clues as to where or how to find this information?
Well, all of the previous leaders knew where they hid the information here. But all of them were eradicated. Except for one. And as it turns out, I have narrowed down the 20 individuals of the Astral Sentinels that were historically present on the ley lines the day that the original members were all murdered in cold blood. And I know all of their grave sites in the Ebon Crypt. I'm willing to share this information with you under 2 conditions. Condition 1, we work together and figure out the best course of action together. Condition 2, we act civilly towards one another, letting conversation move our way forward, not our feelings. Is that fair?
Somewhat. If you have grave sites,
We need to speak to the dead. Are you capable of this?
no.
Oh.
I'm a wizard.
She reaches into her spell book, pulls it out, and does a very intricate system of hand gestures to unlock the book itself, flips to a page, and pushes it over to you. I figured out how to do that a long time ago. You're more than welcome to transcribe it into your own tome.
Ah, nice.
Yes. I dated a necromancer for a couple of 100 years.
That must have really boned.
The tiefling chuckles at you, Casimir, and a couple of the other people give smirks and smiles at it. You have no idea. But what about the others? You have been very quiet. I would love to listen to your insights and how you're feeling towards all of this. Keep in mind your current charmed state, Casimir and
Dude, just... Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Yeah, that all sounds good. Don't worry about the hippo. He'll come around eventually. He's been saying my penguin's been talking about world domination for about 6 months now. He comes around eventually. Just don't worry about it. They're imaginary, I swear.
They all look at each other questioningly and then just let it be.
But like, do you got bodies? Hell yeah, let's go. I would
Oh.
kill for a dragonborn right now.
Well, we're not digging up the bodies. They're inside of tomes. We're just cracking open the case.
Same thing. I'm already dead. Let's go live it up with some more dead.
That's the spirit. And she'll look at you.
Hello?
Hello. Now we hear
Hello?
you.
I was wondering what was going on. Well, y'all have been the most inviting group outside the current group I'm with, so I'm definitely willing to work with y'all. My realm is more in the physical than magical, but you gotta have you got a holistic knowledge, you know. You can't just hyper focus on one area.
Of course. And that is a brilliant insight that we are going to value greatly when we work together. I, for one, am looking forward, and she'll stand over to go shake your hand and place her left hand on your shoulder as she does so.
Is she gonna try to put the mark on me? It's an
She's-
insight check.
She's trying to shake your hand, and she's been so nice and gracious this entire time, and you're still charmed by her, so...
That's a... Because I've seen what they do, like those handshakes, and I'm gonna transfer that mark. Can I do an insight?
You've seen people transfer this mark? When?
Oh.
What? I've never done that. I've given people marks. I never transfer it.
Do not transfer. Give each other people marks, and this could be one of those ways.
Go ahead and roll an insight check. At disadvantage, though, because you are charmed by her. 12. You don't sense any nefariousness from her at all.
God damn it! I gotta do this. Shake hands.
And she just shakes your hand. Makes you feel valued. Makes you feel wanted. It's nice.
Mhm.
It's comforting.
It's nice. Still on edge because I know what they ultimately want to do, but you're doing the cult thing. Damn it! It's working.
Goddamn cultists and their culting.
I could have had 12 charisma. I could have avoided this. I could have been dumb like Casimir.
This is so much better. Anyways. At this point, everyone else stands from the table. Our journey begins this evening. We've prepared passage down into the Ebon Crypts. Please be over by Ombre at the crypts themselves within 4 hours. And if you can, just for our sake, keep an eye on your friend.
Yeah, he'll be all right. And can we make it 5 hours?
So you can copy the book down. Would you like to make
So
it
I can
9
take a
so you
long
can
rest?
prepare it? Yes. Well, you
I only
also
need
have to
4
transcribe
hours,
that
'cause I'm a
spell.
wizard. I need 4 hours to take a long rest.
Yeah, but you also need to transcribe the spell from her
Yeah,
spell
that's
book into
true.
yours. And I think Speak with Dead's a 3rd level, so that takes
Level
3
f-
hours.
Oh man.
I think 3rd level.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you need 3 hours for Speak with Dead, 4 hours for resting. So 7. Let's say 8 hours. 8 hours fine with everybody.
Yeah, that'll work.
Perfect. We'll see you there. Darren! And Darren comes back downstairs and allows you all to leave. Owen, were you waiting for them?
Outside, yeah, or wherever he let me leave to.
Oh, he lowered the barrier, let you walk out.
Yeah, I'm probably like we're at a boat, so I'm guessing we're on a kind of a farish part of the dock or pier.
Yeah, pretty
so
far.
I'm waiting like, towards the entrance, I guess. The head of the pier or tail, whatever, closer to land.
Okay. So you're over by the portals that bring you over to the ley lines themselves.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
All right. Well, then about third. Oh, Lucian, you do have to like write it there. She's not letting you take her spell book.
And I'm just cursing the whole time.
So
Like fucking goddamn rich bastards,
Casimir
and you guys get over to Owen first.
These sons of bitches. Oh, we gotta help
Come on,
some
they're
people,
not that
but,
bad.
I don't do anything about it. Well, she's not doing anything about it. She's just sitting in there.
And neither are we.
I'm not the one bitching about them.
Does that make you better or worse or equal?
I don't know.
Give
I'm
it a
not
try.
going-
Come with us tonight, man.
I'm not trying to destroy the universe.
Dude.
Universe.
Well, if we're going with them, do you think if we're with them they can destroy the universe?
Yes.
We've
don't-
nearly destroyed the universe like half a dozen times in the past couple of months. Accidentally.
You realize what apparently a person in our group
Yes,
can do that
yes.
automatic, can do that
Yes.
already.
It's always been on accident, okay? We're not purposely going out trying to completely change everything because we think it could be better.
Yes,
Well, we
but
can
also
go
that-
along and see what happens, and before we get to the point of no return, we can stop them.
But we
Plus,
don't
they're
know
our
what
best lead right now to find this prophecy.
we don't know what the point of no return is, though. I say we just shoot them all in the face. and
Yeah,
get out.
maybe we already got the point of no return, which means everything we're talking about is pointless.
Not if I shoot them all in the face.
Maybe that sets it off. Maybe that will set off the prophecy.
No,
For all
because the
you-
last group got killed, so
Maybe
All but one.
maybe it's like the 4th generation that needs to die, or
Yeah,
whatever generation they're on.
they're only on 2, I think.
I thought they were on the 3rd.
Fucking
I already
elves,
made
man.
some like business relationships with them as well. Like we have a trade set up now, so I can't really betray business partners like that.
You traded some grass for some coke. Come on, man.
You remember that drugs is my business. Like we made
We're
a
gonna
little side deal, so
Casimir,
Like-
we're going to talk about your drug habits after this. I thought
Look-
you and me were kindred spirits, but
It's not
No.
habits, it's cartelling.
it's like
It's called weed for a reason, man. It grows everywhere.
right. But like we came up with another little agreement. So I'm going to send some his way. He's going to send some my way. It's all good business, but like
Okay, well then I'll shoot him in the face last after you get what you
Nick-
want.
no shooting people.
Okay, punch him in the face then. I don't know.
Or just have you tried not hitting people? You should really take a draw of this. It's really good.
No, I'm good. So I can be like those pretentious pricks. No, I'm okay.
So if I'm here for like 3 hours, you guys could have I guess we could have just decided I'll meet you guys back at the Spelljammer or whatever at the vitamin C, right?
we're going to the Ebon Crypts. That's where you need to be.
Well, you have to be there in 8 hours. So if you guys want to go to Vitamin C first and just take a break, rest there for a little bit, and then head out, that's fine.
Look, you two try to calm down, get something to drown it out. Head back to the ship and can. I'll head back, stay with Lucian, maybe, further discuss our future
Why don't you-
endeavors.
Why don't you bite one of them?
Maybe. We'll see how the night goes. But I'll make sure that Lucian's okay. I'm not going to leave him there.
Yeah. I understand. I understand.
You two go.
I just couldn't be in that place anymore.
They're not bad people. Or better than the rest of the people. Well, in some places. Look, everyone's got weird views.
Hey,
Well,
I
what's the-
understand that, but I'm not the one saying let's change the whole universe so some starving kids don't starve. When we're looking at a room full of archmages that could easily solve all those problems with just snapping their fingers. But no, they want to sit at a
Well,
round
here-
table and pass around doobies all day.
There is an issue with that. You can give them the resources, but you're not going to change their nature. Eventually, it will happen again. The only way you can stop this suffering is if you literally change who they are.
Also,
Yeah.
you're
And you're
blaming,
against
like,
that.
And
You're
you have to
blaming
change
that
who I
small
am.
group of, like,
Which
8
is
people
better,
or
stop their
something.
suffering or change who they are?
I really don't give a shit. I just don't want anybody changing me.
There's the crux of the issue.
Fuck
So if
them
you
kids, I
remember-
don't care.
Hey, at least you can admit it.
It's not my
Yeah, you guys can
fault
team
that they
up,
got
yes.
born to dumb parents and they're dumb themselves. Hell, everybody thought I was supposed to be a janitor forever. Look at me now. I'm a captain of a space jammer. You know what? Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Oh no, he's one of those. And on that wondrous statement, we're gonna go ahead and go on break,
That
y'all.
was great.
I mean, I am a GIF.
back. Alrighty, everybody. Where last we left off, the party had successfully navigated their way into the Voyager. Met and spoken with this secret cultist organization called the Voidweavers. And Casimir seem fairly infatuated by them, while Lucian is not quite infatuated by them, but sees their point of view in distrust of the goddess of all creation. Owen, on the other hand, seems to be immune to their charms and wiles, since they threaten to change how things are, and he quite likes his 1% lifestyle, so he would never want to help out those that are oppressed in order to take away what he has.
Damn right.
Listen,
Fuck them kids.
I love it.
this is an epic level campaign. Like, y'all know, y'all the 1%, just saying. But anyways. After some conversations, a deal was struck by Lucian, and some of the other party members seem accommodating for this, that the pursuit of knowledge can be had so long as 2 simple rules were adhered to. What were the rules again, Owen?
I just can't be a dick, was one of them.
Be civil. Everyone remains civility and puts their emotions aside so that the conversation can lead decisions. And what was the other one? Lucian. What was the other rule?
You said the one I remembered.
DM inspiration to the person who can repeat the other rule.
It was
Don't talk about the Fight Club.
I mean, technically, yes, but no.
we isn't share the information.
Yes. There you go. You work together in tandem and share information with one another's group equally. So the Voidweavers and the Celsius, I guess, group are working
Oh,
together.
vampires.
Oh, y'all are the vampirates now? Okay. Owen gets a vote?
Gross.
Anywho. Well then, guys. You all watch Lucian leave and head back to his ship. Casimir head back over to the Voyager, and you all get to spend a few hours doing whatever you need until you inevitably meet back up over at Umbra. Coming over to this island, known as the Shadow Island in its common tongue, you see a realm shrouded in enigma and mystery, representing the arcane school of necromancy within the Ibis ley lines. This island stands as a testament to the perpetual dance between life and death, where shadows hold secrets and whispers of the afterlife echo through its eerie landscape. The atmosphere here is heavy with an unsettling sense of melancholy and contemplation. The island seems perpetually cloaked in twilight, and muted eerie glow bathes the surroundings. Shadows move with a mind of their own and casting spectral figures upon the landscape, creating an otherworldly, haunting ambiance. Just in case you all need to look at the handout for where you currently are. You all meet up, and you see the Voidweavers are all standing by this strange tower. It stands about 4 stories tall, which is unheard of to most of you from wherever you come from and hail. You can see that it makes the landscape around it a lush and beautiful greenery land with many different idols and plots dedicated to forgotten heroes or individuals of lore and legend. As you get over to the front door, let us see real quick. You watch as Malisar approaches over towards the necromantic scholar here and begins conversing with them before you all meet up with the Voidweavers. As soon as you get there, you're met first by Darren, who noticed you from afar, and, well, everyone else just waves and gives respectful nods towards you. Oh, and you can tell that Darren seems a little weary of you and seems to be watching you more closely than everybody else.
That's fine.
Solara will look. Hello and welcome back, everybody. Just give Malisar a moment of conversing with them. They are, well, ungodly infatuated with her, as, well, most people seem to become very easily, if you haven't noticed. And then we'll go inside.
Sounds good.
Doesn't it, though? Anyways. Did you have a good nap, Lucian?
Yes, I did. I feel much better.
Good, I'm glad. And hopefully you remember to prepare your new spell.
I did.
Now, each of us, she gestures around, knows how to cast Speak with Dead already. Seeing as I'm presuming you are the only one of your order who can currently?
Mm-hmm.
We will have to divvy up the investigations evenly, but we don't have infinite time. I would suggest a 25-75 split for our investigations. My group will handle 75, yours will handle 25, since you would have to be the caster of your spell on numerous individuals. Fair?
Mm-hmm.
Is that fair to you?
Yes. I was curious. Do we think that these people who killed the mages know where they hid the stuff? Because if they knew that, wouldn't they have already, found it?
No. The knowledge that I've gained through my eye is that the only person who remembers where it is believed to be dead. However, the Astral Sentinels did not kill him. They instead imprisoned him. Necromancy is a hell of a drug for some individuals, and he was able to cast his phylactery into the beyond, so they could not perpetually kill him, and to destroy his physical being here would make him, well, reappear in the beyond, and we, to this day, have no idea what that would do to a lich. So, we are looking to gain information as to who amongst them was the one who slayed him, and who amongst them knows where they imprisoned him and is dead. By the way, the name of the leader, did you write it down?
Which leader?
Of your former leader?
The original leader of the Voidweavers, yes.
The Arison?
Very good. I'm just making sure you guys have that before.
Yeah, I was going
I'm the current leader.
That's me. Hello. Well, she looks over her shoulder, and it seems like the guard is not guard. The mage watching over, I guess guard would be a fine description for them, is walking away currently with Malisar. And after they get far enough away, you all easily slip inside of the Ebon Crypts. You look around, and the tower heading upwards seems to be a spiral staircase of about 300 various different crypts imbued into the walls. And then when you look down, there's a hell of a lot more going down there into the ground itself. Now, based off of our other investigations, she waves her hand with a familiar-looking spell and makes a piece of parchment appear. We have outlined the known location and names and title of each of them. A total of 50 individuals were present, 20 individuals were present that day who are known associates of the Astral Sentinels. Pick 5, any 5 that you would wish to pick. I'll allow you to choose first, and those will be your responsibility to investigate. We will investigate the others. So roll me 5d20s. Yeah, I labeled every single one of these bitches.
Any doubles? Yeah.
All right, reroll 1.
Almost rolled a d12.
All right. So 3. Nine. 12. Yeah, no, they're not giving you loot.
Before we ask, we'll check their pockets.
Does it works? 18. And 20. Those are your 5. Well, looking at them and wandering upwards, you end up coming across Gith Commander Drakkar Bloodaxe. As soon as you get there, you read the inscription laid out on their tablet before you. A formidable Gith warrior who led a ruthless charge against an unknown cultist during their final stand. Sounds promising. Now, as you get over to the stone wall, you look at the problem where it is a solid stone formation, and, well, this place, it's supposed to be readily available information to speak to all of these dead individuals, if need be. Before you try your usual solution, Casimir, to a stone wall in front of you, you have Darren who approaches over and shows that if you push a couple of stones, the top portion of it expands outwards, allowing the head of this individual that's been preserved incredibly well to come out just by itself for you all to cast your spell and speak to. You can do that for all of them. So, don't smash and break shit.
Who would ever do that?
I know, right? Deception check, Casimir. 14. Yeah, that beats his passive. Insane. You don't become a cultist because you're wise. Anyways. Actually, no, Darren is incredibly wise. He just chuckles and taps you on the shoulder. Yeah, Darren is, he's the perceptive one. As you begin to cast your spell, would you all like to discuss what questions it is you are asking? Roll the spell in chat so everybody knows specifically how it works.
I'll be honest with you guys. Okay. I'm not the smartest in this group, so it's probably best if I leave you guys with the questions.
Well, there's two
Okay.
pieces of information that we know we need. Who slayed them, or who slayed Arisen, and who imprisoned them, and where did they imprison them? I guess that's three things.
Anybody disagree with my sentiment?
Yes. Are we around those people right now, or are they off on their own?
I mean,
Or flying
everybody's
around?
spread. You're not terribly far from anybody, but you're a whispered breath away, at least.
No, then I don't say anything.
So what question are you going to pose?
Can we hear what questions they might be asking?
Roll me a perception check. Let's find out.
I'm just giving advantage for this.
Mm-hmm.
What language
26.
do most of these guys speak? Like, what's the predominant language in the ley lines?
Gith.
So it sounds like Owen needs to ask. Well, I mean,
I know. It's just a little,
The-
little ironic.
All right, Owen, there's not a good option here, okay? It's just...
I mean, technically Bulkhead could be asking,
but he's not
and they would
here,
just
so.
be like, "Oh, there's a robot asking me questions."
Yeah, which wouldn't go well either.
All right, Casimir, who are you listening to? Are you listening to Darren, who is speaking to the person like 4 or 5 away from you? Or are you listening to Neria, who's talking to somebody the opposite direction about 3 away from you?
I'll go Darren.
Darren? Okay.
Yeah.
So he... He speaks to them in Gith. Do you speak Gith, Casimir?
No, but I can try to replicate what it sounds like he's saying.
Oh, great performance
Oh,
check.
I can't wait to do that.
Owen, you can hear his attempt. Roll an insight check to see if you can pick up what he's trying to say.
Okay.
The problem with Gith is you have to talk nasally, but also throatily at the same time, which is incredibly hard to do unless you don't have a nose.
Yeah, and you gotta reverse curl your tongue.
Mm-hmm.
15.
You listen to him say it, and then you start rotating through your own mind about what he actually tried saying, and you get to the point where you're like, they're asking how did they support in the battle against the Voidweavers?
They're asking how they helped the Voidweavers.
That might be a good question to ask, because they might not have actually known their identities. So if you ask them specifically about that person, they might have no idea. Because I would tell you, I don't remember half the names of the people I killed. Or like even learn them before I killed them. So there's a very good chance that they didn't actually know who it was. Could just be the anonymous entity that they had to stay.
Darren like covers the ears of the person he's talking to. Do you all need some help?
No, we're just discussing.
Ah, shit!
stuff.
Fuck, it still heard me.
Uh-huh.
They knew who they were attacking. All of them were legendary.
Okay, so they knew who they were attacking then.
They knew their enemy.
Okay.
But if you do need assistance, ask.
We'll see how this one goes to see if we can get to the truth of the questions, and then we'll
Sure.
find out. Thank you.
Then he only has one more question now, so he's just wasted one of his questions. Everyone has to make that mistake once in their D&D career, right?
Oh yeah.
Speak with dead, ask somebody, did that make sense to you? No. Ah, shit.
Just like the movie.
Yeah,
You know,
that was the most accurate thing that has ever happened.
Oh, and they left the poor bastard with one question left. He just sitting there like, come on, guys.
It was a good movie. All right, so the three that you've come up with is who slayed the leader, Arison, who imprisoned them, where are they imprisoned them?
yeah, I guess that.
Stroke.
Where are they imprisoned?
There we go.
Who imprisoned them? Or no, yeah, who imprisoned them? Yeah.
Who imprisoned? Where are they imprisoned? Well, that's three. You get two more, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, but I feel like we want to leave space depending on like what the answers is we get. Because like we want to follow up on something that they say.
That's a good
Well,
idea.
those are just the pieces of information that Solara said we should get, because we need to figure out who on the list we need to talk to, because we might not need to cast this on everybody. If you say, "Oh, who slayed him?" and it's like, "Oh, it was." It was Necromancer Bonecaster, whatever, then we just go right to them.
All right. So you're starting with who slayed the leader, Arison?
I mean, do we want to ask, did you see who slayed the leader?
Not a bad question.
Do you know?
Yeah, do you know who slayed the leader?
Yeah.
Were you the first scrub to get killed and know nothing?
Was it worth it?
Well, you have
Is
to
there
tell me
anything-
which one is first, guys.
Okay.
Owen, you're the speaker.
Yeah. All right. Do you know who slayed the leader, Arison?
Arison's fate was sealed when our forces confronted the Voidweavers. But the specifics of who delivered the final blow or struck the decisive spell are lost on me. The battle was chaotic, with many warriors and mages engaged in the conflict. What matters most was that we succeeded in ending the threat posed by the cult, securing the ley lines.
Okay, so this guy doesn't know.
Anything else you want to ask him, or are you just going to leave him there with 4 questions and walk away?
You got any more things you want to ask him? Because I got some things I gotta ask him.
Yeah, we just continue down the path. Like, what happened after they were imprisoned?
They want to know what happened to them after they got imprisoned.
Yeah, I would warrant you that you would need to be a little bit more specific than them, because that's
Oh yeah.
what happened after Arison was
Yeah,
imprisoned?
After Eris and his lieutenants were imprisoned.
After Arison was imprisoned within the Ibis ley lines, the immediate danger posed by the Voidweavers was quelled. The ley line's magic acted as an effective seal, confining him somewhere unknown to me. Our forces and the mages responsible for containing the threat became more vigilant over the ley lines to ensure there were no signs of resurgence.
Let's look at the grouping. Yeah. I don't want to ask a question out loud, so
You look at them questioningly.
yes, very questionably.
Or I guess we don't need to whisper because this person,
Mhm.
right? We don't know they don't speak common, so I guess you can't assume they don't know what you're saying.
Ibis ley lines are very intelligent individuals.
Yeah, go ahead with that one.
It might help to know where their base was.
Yeah.
It could be like
Uh,
a place of power.
I'm gonna ask in common.
Okay.
Where did the fight occur?
And again, I'm assuming you're going to say the fight against the Voidweavers occurred.
Yes, sorry. Yes. Yeah, where did the fight
It's-
against the Voidweavers occur?
When you're speaking with undead, or speaking with dead, you have to be very precise, especially with this level of guy, right? Like, yeah, I fought in, the trenches. Like,
Fought many times.
The battle with the Voidweavers took place deep within the Ibis ley lines, underneath the ebon crypts before what is now formed to bury the aftermath. The chambers was a strategic location chosen by the cult for its proximity to the core, where they believed they could harness the most potent arcane energies for their dark purposes. It was a treacherous and mystical environment filled with both natural and magical obstacles, which added to the challenges of the battle.
Hey. That's 3.
Two more.
What about? I kind of want to ask something just in general.
So he did speak common, by the way.
Yes.
He answered in Gith, but he understood common.
Hmm.
I feel like I want to ask something more general, just about the time. Like, what was the most hidden thing at the time? Like, knowledge-wise, what did they try to hide away? What was the most open secret that no one talked about on the actual ley lines itself? We're here, we may as well try to get some general information as well. Depends on what you guys think.
Any opposition to that?
No, it seems
Yeah.
alright. I mean, we're just kind of using extra questions at this point.
Yeah.
So what's the question you're asking?
It's a good point. That's a good question.
You have to word it, yeah.
Is it just yes or no questions?
No, you can ask open-ended questions, absolutely.
Can we ask him to give us his life story? I'll take that as a no.
You can. I'm ready.
Doesn't-
The
Y'all
look on
know
your
what
face,
that's
I was
doing.
just like, seriously.
Hey, depends how long you want me to monologue. That's. I know my NPCs. What'd you say, Owen?
What?
Oh, I was just joking. about-
Okay. Go ahead, Cass.
What was the most secretive piece of the ley lines?
Mmm.
So I assume this guy had some certain levels of access. So I'm like, what?
What,
Deep
you mean the
military
Gith
intelligence.
commander?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, who would have thought? Oh, shit. The most secretive piece of the Ibis ley lines during my time was undoubtedly the Nexus of Eternal Shadows. This was a concealed chamber located at the very heart of the ley line, accessible only to those who possessed intricate knowledge of its arcane currents and were able to navigate its hidden pathways. Within the Nexus, one could find ancient tomes and scrolls containing forbidden knowledge, as well as inscriptions and engravings that hinted at the ley line's most closely guarded mysteries. It was a place of both great power and peril, as the darkness that permeated its depths held the key to unlocking untold secrets, but could also consume those who ventured too far.
Anyone else feel like figuring out a way to this Nexus of Shadows?
Nah. Yeah, I'm good.
Come on, with this party, intelligence saves are totally your thing.
I have a +1 to it. I'm not the worst at it.
You know, that still has a 5% chance of success.
The natural 20.
Yeah.
Anyone want to find out the way there? We have one question left.
There's nothing really.
Yeah,
That's
ask her, fuck
burning.
it.
Yeah.
Kaz, go ahead.
and ask it. Yeah, we can add it to the map of places we need to go to eventually.
From the Ibn Crypts on Ombre, how would we get to the Nexus of Eternal Shadows? From our current location, basically right now, how would we actually get there? And what would we encounter on the way?
Getting to the Nexus. Well, you can only ask one question, so adding the "and" does not count.
Okay.
Getting to the Nexus of Eternal Shadows from the Ebon Crypts is a perilous and intricate journey that requires not only knowledge of the ley line's layout, but also the ability to navigate its arcane defenses. Few have ventured into this realm and returned, and even fewer have managed to reach the Nexus. From the Ebon Crypts, you would need to follow the ley line's winding passages deeper into its core. The path is riddled with magical traps, illusions, and shifting walls designed to deter intruders. One must rely on their knowledge of the ley line's secrets to discern the true path from the decoys. The journey would also involve passing through concealed gateways and unlocking hidden chambers, each presenting its own set of challenges. Additionally, the Nexus of Eternal Shadows may have protective wards and guardians that require specific knowledge or artifacts to bypass, as the Nexus is one of the most secretive and well-protected areas within the ley lines. Successfully reaching it is an endeavor. And that was the last question.
So much for all of knowledge should be accessed and freely available to anyone who asks, but also we're going to hide all of this stuff away.
Darian walks right past you. You don't have to tell me twice, brother.
I mean, you kind of asked him and he gave you the answer, though.
Yeah, this guy did. But the entire city is large.
All right, let's go find the Gleaming Blade, Elra Dawnbringer. She's next on the list.
What number?
9. Maybe we should just go to 20. Like, she
Hey,
sounds the
you
most
don't know
important.
that's the natural 20. You
No,
don't
but
know it.
Her name is the Seeress of Lyra. But she sounds important.
Mm-hmm. Just humor me. Go in the
Either
order.
that or the Eldritch Knight. I don't know. Who do you guys want to ask next? Who's the closest to where we are?
Oh, the closest one is Gleaming Blade Alara Dawnbringer.
Of course.
Yeah, it's right on your way. It's...
All right.
So, first question.
I'll
just
ask this
say
one in common and say, which one do you want to ask?
Well, I'll just say it in common.
Who slayed the leader,
Do you
Urison?
know who slayed the leader of the Void Weavers, Arison?
Alrighty. It was a collective effort that led to the downfall of Arison, the leader of the Voidweavers. During the climactic battle, I, Alara Dawnbringer, and my fellow warriors and mages fought alongside the Gith and other valiant defenders of the realms. The battle was fierce and chaotic, with many skilled combatants participating. While I was personally involved in engaging one of the Voidweavers in combat, the ultimate defeat of Arison was the result of a combination of forces working together. Our combined strength and determination overcame the cult's dark magic and ensured that Arison could no longer pose a threat to the realms.
That was inconclusive.
There's a lot of words to say, not me.
Well, I asked who, and okay.
Clearly, she doesn't know.
Yeah, if they don't know, they give you a cryptic response.
It's like team effort. We all gave 110%.
Hey,
Okay,
welcome to anybody
goddammit.
named Dawnbringer, right? Like, just... Next question.
Is the cult of the Void Weavers susceptible to any specific attack types?
What was the question?
It was just a general question about the cult of the Void Weavers. I said, is the cult of the Void Weavers susceptible to any specific types of attacks?
Okay.
Might come in handy later.
Okay. Yes, the cult known as the Voidweavers, like any mortal being, is susceptible to various types of attacks. They may possess formidable magic and arcane abilities, but they are not invulnerable. The key to countering them lies in understanding their strengths and weaknesses. Voidweavers often rely on dark magic and arcane spells, so counter spells, dispel magic, and anti-magic effects can prove effective in disrupting their abilities. Additionally, conventional physical attacks and weapons can harm them, though they may have defensive spells or wards in place. It's crucial to employ a diverse range of strategies and tactics when facing the Voidweavers, as they are formidable adversaries, but not impervious to attack. What's Batman's weakness? The Justice League.
Yeah, I thought maybe that it was worth asking.
They're all susceptible
mages.
to the same thing Lucian's susceptible to, which is
Yeah.
a very heavy
Pointy
sword
sticks.
in your back. Like, what's the easiest way to kill Lucian, everybody? That's how you...
Poison one of these potions.
Dick
Give him
move.
disadvantage.
True. That works.
Who imprisoned the leader, Anderson?
Didn't you guys ask that question? Who slayed? Oh no, who imprisoned?
Yes. I'm trying to get the name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who specifically? Alrighty. It was a group of powerful mages and warriors, including Gith warriors and other skilled individuals who participated in imprisoning Erison within the Ibis ley lines. The specifics of which individual delivered the final sealing incantation or spell have become shrouded in the mists of time. The focus during that critical moment was on confining Erison's dark magic and ending the immediate threat to the realms. The effort was a collaborative one, with each participant contributing their strengths and expertise to ensure the success of the endeavor. As such, the credit for Erison's imprison belongs to the collective group and the leadership that fought valiantly against the Voidweavers on that fateful day.
Out of character, how many questions do we have left? 2?
2.
I have one. That's one that
I
I've
have one
not
that's-
asked before.
Yeah, I have one that's just dumb, but might be really funny.
Has anyone else got any questions, or are we good to just do these two?
I'm chill.
Go ahead.
When you go on.
So, how quickly did you die in the battle?
Against the Voidweavers, I assume?
Yes.
Against
Well, I mean, how did she die? But yes, against the Voidweavers.
In the battle against the Voidweavers, I, Gith... Oh wait, wrong one.
Seer.
Yeah. 9, right?
Yep.
Gleaming Blade Alara Dawnbringer did not meet my demise.
Okay. Casimir.
How would we go about releasing Artisan?
Ooh, that's a good one.
How would... Ooh. Releasing Erison from his imprisonment within the Ibis ley lines is a task fraught with peril and moral consequences. However, if you were determined to do so, I would advise extreme caution and a thorough understanding of the ley line's arcane properties. Knowledge of the prophecy. First, you would need an intimate knowledge of the prophecy of Exium's return, as it likely holds the key to understanding the conditions under which Erison was sealed. Seek out ancient tomes and texts within the ley lines, such as those found in the Nexus of Eternal Shadows, that might contain information on the sealing ritual. As Erison was imprisoned using potent magic, you would require equally powerful magic to counter or undo the seal. Spells of dispelling, unbinding, or even wish magic might be considered. There could be relics of artifacts hidden within the ley lines that were used in the sealing ritual. Discovering and harnessing their power might be necessary. Keep in mind that releasing Erison may have dire consequences, as he was sealed for a reason. Ensure you fully understand the potential risks and implications before attempting such a feat.
Guys, is it uncivilized to desecrate this person's body resting place? 'Cause I really just feel like pissing on this person.
Yep.
The knowledge you seek is in a fucking book.
But you in a fucking book.
Was that question 5? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was the last one.
All right. And now you're jumping over to number 12, correct?
Mm-hmm. Are we, though?
I mean,
I
do
think
you
so.
want to speak to Necromancer Zalithar Bonecaster or Cirrus Lyria Void Whisper?
What do you guys think?
Just go to the next one on the list.
Alright.
Because we're gaining slight bits of insight with each time, but it's like...
And do you really want to
teeth on
upset?
them.
Do you really want to upset the DM who spent so much time putting these together?
Don't worry, it's only 20 different named NPCs, all of which with their own interaction, knowledge, positions, and
Yeah.
placements within the entire interactions in grand scheme of things.
Yeah, and
It's fine.
we're not asking 15 of them.
I already made your life easy. It's only 5. If Liara was here, it was going to be 10.
Oh, jeez. Alright, let's go on to Necromancer.
Zalithar Bonecaster. His inscription is, raised the fallen Voidweavers as undead minions, but was eventually defeated.
Okay, so this person actually was on the opposite side of things.
No. He raised dead the Voidweavers as his minions. So, like, while they were killing them, he
Like the cultists. See?
Oh,
he
right,
made them
okay.
his
Like
bitches.
fight cultists with cultists.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, he necromancered that shit.
Right. Your guys ask questions for this one. If we have one at the end, I have a throwaway one.
What do you know about vampires? Just So yeah, what's the first question, guys? Same first question as always.
Yes. Hopefully we get an answer.
So who slayed the leader Erison?
Yes.
Okay. Erison. A name that lingers in the shadows of the past. As you were talking to this individual, their crypt opens up fully and they crawl out as a mostly skeletal form that sits down on a stone and pulls out a pipe and begins smoking it without any lungs.
You know, I would question how he can smoke without lungs, but
Because
I get it.
necromancer, fuck you.
And I just get like, you know, the symbolism. You know, he's gotta be like, I might be dead, but fuck y'all, I'm still gonna look cool.
Exactly. Some would say it was a collective effort. I would say a confluence of powers and purpose. I was amongst those who confronted the Voidweavers during their darkest hours, and the battle was maelstrom of magic and might. Each of us contributed in our own way, but I had the pleasure of assaulting Erison with his own minions. The brave, soulless undeads were entertaining to use and caused quite a bit of mental impairment on his better judgment. Allowed my beloved to get the upper hand, despite my own death.
And yet he doesn't name the person.
Yeah.
Cryptic as fuck. Necromancers, man, they only get to do this.
What is the name of your beloved who slew Erison?
Oh, 1 second. Well, my beloved, Lyria, the gorgeous Cyrus of the Void Whisper family. As beautiful and graceful as she was destructive, her purpose so refined and gorgeous, her power controlling the void and nothingness, paralleled only by Erison himself. It was such a fabulous display of magic and cunning. Displays of magic painted my cold heart, and to this day makes my loins quiver and yearn.
Gives you a boner, huh?
Yes. All right, that's your third question.
Oh,
You gave us the answer we need.
You have two more.
did you have to ask that last question?
Hey, everyone in their D&D career has to make that one time they have to do that.
Ugh.
Oh, wait, and then you just said, did you have to do that? Yes.
I was talking to my guy, not him.
Oh, he answers.
yeah, did you not watch the movie?
No.
Are
And
you-
then he goes back to sleep.
No! I'm gonna look in the crypt for the spell book.
It's not there.
I was gonna ask if he was buried with a spell.
It's not there, unfortunately.
No,
Casimir, Owen just sniped your last question.
Yep. Oh well. What I am going to do though is going to go and take this guy's pipe and just break it in half.
Wow, rude.
Yep. That's what you
Hey, we're
get,
supposed to be
dude.
civilized, remember?
to
Hey.
each other.
I'm undead. I can do this. If you guys do it, it's wrong.
Alrighty, so
Well, we know who we need to talk to.
you go over to the 20th, towards the very bottom of this crypt. It is inscribed as a Cirrus with a unique connection to the Leyline secrets. Lyria possesses knowledge of all things during her time. Ultimate fate and the hidden locations of secrets and knowledges forbidden to others. Her divinations and visions have guided her to the very heart of the Abyss ley lines. So if you would have read her description first, you would have clearly picked up, like, man, that's the bitch to talk to.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Go down in order, you know? It's just...
Well, cast the spell, and I will ask... where is Arison of the Voidweavers imprisoned?
Arison's prison lies within the depths of the ley lines. Closely guarded secret that has eluded all other seekers. I possess knowledge of its general vicinity. Its perilous labyrinth journey can be reached, but only by those most powerful and knowledgeable. The path to his prison is fraught with magical traps, illusions, and shifting walls. One must possess not only the knowledge of the ley line's arcane currents, but also the fortitude to navigate its many challenges to reach the place of confinement. Beware, for it is a treacherous journey, and the ley line guards its secrets well. There you go, Kaz. You're picking up on it.
Hey, it's why I asked in the first guy. So how do we get there?
Around this time, since they do have 7 mages to your 1, some of them are starting to approach over towards all of you. You have one last question to ask before they can hear what you are getting told. And I will give you to the count of 10 to begin to ask the question. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Somebody
5,
blurt it out.
6, 7, 8.
Was it worth
9.
it?
The imprisonment of Arison is a matter of dire necessity, born out of the need to safeguard the realms from the dark ambitions of the Voidweavers and the potential cataclysmic consequences of Exium's release. It was a decision made with the utmost gravity and conjuncture of the Pantheon, and the well-being of the cosmos was kept in mind. Whether it was worth it is a question that lingers in the hearts of those who were involved in that fateful battle. The cost was high, with many lives lost, and the consequences of the cult's action and the prophecy remain shrouded in mystery. What is certain is that the realms were spared the immediate threat posed by the Voidweavers, and the prophecy was, for a time, averted. However, the legacy of that battle continues to shape the Ibis ley lines, and the destinies of those who interacted with it were made and altered, for a shorter life was lived by each of us that were there that day. Our times left alive were lowered, and we were not allowed to remember any of this, or write or inscribe it down. Only to those that bear the mark of freedom may pose these questions and be answered by us. At this point in time, the Voidweavers have congregated over towards you, and you can see the excitement in Solara's eyes as she sends a message over to you, Lucian. How many more questions do you have to ask?
I will respond. 3 questions left. Sounds like Harrison is imprisoned deep in the ley lines, possibly the Nexus of Eternal Shadows.
May I impose a question? Again, message. She knows what she's doing here.
Sure.
She will take a step forward, smile at each of you. Where is the entryway into the Nexus of Shadows? The entryway into the Nexus of Shadows is a closely guarded secret within the Abyss ley lines, known to only a select few who have dedicated themselves to the study of its arcane mysteries. The Nexus is a realm shrouded in darkness and hidden from casual exploration, and its entrance is a test of one's knowledge and determination. To access the Nexus, you must decipher the hidden sigils that are guarded by each of the archmages of the schools of practice. Unraveling the illusions that obscure the way, the entryway often reveals itself only to those who possess an intimate understanding of the ley line's currents and the means to dispel its magical defenses. She'll look at all of you with a little bit of more enthusiasm in her smile.
Which, Joey, which sigils did you say? The sigils of the Archmages?
Of the headmasters of each of the schools of magic.
Headmasters.
They are kept safe by them. So apparently each school of magic has that. She will say aloud.
So we have to interrogate each headmaster.
2 more. She looks around. And she'll gesture towards you, Owen, backing away so you may have your option to ask questions.
I have a question, but it's a sort of throwaway one.
I am of the personal belief that we've found the information we were seeking here. Whatever you choose to do with your remaining questions is between all of you. Obviously.
Yes. That's why I'm just informing that I have something, but I wouldn't say it is of the utmost importance, that it actually
And
through it.
any objections to Casimir asking a random question?
Nope.
All right,
No.
Cas, go for it.
Really shouldn't be asking this in present company. No, just me saying this out of character.
In character friends.
Yeah. How do I word this? What was the most devastating secret that you learned? That if released, that you learned.
Wait, what was the most devastating
Sorry.
secret?
What was the most devastating secret that you learned from in your life? No, you know what I'm trying to get at, but I don't know the word.
During your life?
Sure, but I feel like that can be so easily.
Come on, am I the type of DM to monkey palm?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Yeah, is that a real question?
Devastating secret within the Abyssal Alliance.
okay. The most devastating secret I uncovered during my shortened life in the ley lines was the impending prophecy related to the return of Exium, a cosmic event that would potentially bring cataclysmic consequences to our realms. The prophecy and the cult known as the Voidweavers, who sought to fulfill it, posed a grave threat to the balance of the cosmos, is what I was led to believe. The revelation of this prophecy and its potential ramifications weighed heavily on my soul. The thought of Exium's return and the chaos it would unleash was a burden I bore as a Seeress, entrusted with safeguarding the ley line's secrets. The knowledge of such a dire prophecy was both a blessing and a curse. For without the prophecy coming true, their progenitor will find this universe.
Lucian, yes.
Should we ask her what it is?
Mm-hmm.
What is the prophecy you found?
The prophecy I uncovered during my lifetime is a haunting tale, one that speaks of Exium's return, a cosmic event that has the potential to bring untold destruction to all realms. The prophecy foretells that Exium, a being of immeasurable darkness and chaos, would rise from the depths of the abyss, seeking to unravel the very fabric of reality itself. The verses of this prophecy are ancient and cryptic, and they were hidden within the ley lines for centuries. The prophecy speaks of the Voidweavers, a cult who believed that they could hasten Exium's return, and their relentless pursuit of this dark purpose. To thwart their plans, we, the defenders of the ley line, took action, confronting the cult and imprisoning their leader within the ley line's depths. And the prophecy remains a foreboding and enigmatic text, and its interpretation was a subject of debate before each of the scholars and seers of those generations who found it were murdered by a say-so and her champion. Its true significance and consequences of Exium's return lingers as a mystery, removed from my knowledges as from everybody else's forcibly, at her discretion. Well,
Yeah, I figured it wouldn't be that easy.
yeah, of course not. But on that special little note, I think we can go ahead and call the session here, everybody. When we come back next week, we'll see what the hap is and where y'all gonna go and how you're gonna deal with the cults. Players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. Hope you all had a great time. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye bye, everyone.